Today's top player is Edgar Kaplan of New York City. A world-class bridge player, author, and commentator, Edgar has won numerous North American championships in a career that spanned over 5 decades.
Edgar, thank you for joining us today. The Kaplan-Scheinwald partnership is probably one of the greatest that this century has known. What characteristics did Freddie have that you found so attractive, and vice versa? In other words, what was it about that Kaplan-Scheinwald partnership that made it work? What did you have in common?
Well, I would think the first major factor was that we were friends. Mm-hmm. We had similar interests, and I was friendly with Freddie, and I was friendly with his wife, Betty, mm-hmm. Who later became my wife. So then we became very friendly. In fact, Betty and I exchanged lessons when we first met. She was a flute teacher, and I was an incipient flute player.
Oh, and Freddie sang too in a choir, didn't he?
Freddie sang, yes, and in fact the three of us did a lot of music together. We had a lot of shared interests, and that helped our bridge partnership mm-hmm. To a great extent.
Do you think one player was better than the other, that I should ask such a thing?
Well, I don't know. I think that I was better naturally. That's all bridge players tend to think that. Mm-hmm. I know one partnership, in fact, from Canada, Murray and Kahila, one of perhaps the greatest Canadian partnership. I think their strength, they didn't much care for one another, mm-hmm. but each one of them thought the other was better than he was.
Oh, isn't that interesting?
And I think that's a marvelous basis mm-hmm. for a partnership.
You were friends, and you shared your interest in music and women and all of those things, literature.
All those things, yes.
Did you look at the game from the same viewpoint?
Yes, we did, and we had the system that we devised was the probably the avenue through which American bridge turned from 4-card majors mm-hmm. to 5-card
right.
majors. We wrote a book together. It was published by Freddie's publisher. The publisher who did his bridge column mm-hmm. Wanted us to do a book, and we wanted to do a book. We told him that this is not the sort of book that will sell. He said to us, "You worry about writing the book, I'll worry about selling it." Mm-hmm. Right? Which, and it turned out he was right, although we thought he was a fool. He gave it a sort of generic title, like How to Play Winning Bridge,
yes.
right? Which had nothing whatever to do with the system.
The content of the system.
But he figured that was an okay title, mm-hmm. which it turned out to be. And the book had a really astonishing sale.
It did. It was a winning book, and you and Freddie had a winning partnership.
Yes, we did.
Kaplan-Scheinwald is just known all over the world. Thank you so much for joining us today, Edgar.
Well, it's been my pleasure indeed.